Hello.
Hello?
Hello, and welcome to Because I Fell Asleep in Class, the podcast where four family members share facts that you may have learned had you not fallen asleep in class. I'm Kaitlin.
Sorry.
I'm Casper.
And I'm Brandy.
I told you, don't mind me in the background.
Well, you still
Well,
have
you-
to talk.
I don't talk. Excuse me.
Bless
Bless you.
you.
I walked in the other night to mom and dad's house, and there on the TV screen.
That's not where I thought this story was going.
Me neither.
Is it like that night you walked into their bedroom?
Oh, God.
Oh, we don't need to talk about that. It wasn't a night, it was morning. Like
Oh,
early
yeah.
freaking morning.
Because I got a phone
So,
call super early in the morning.
freaking crazy people. Walked in the house and yeah, him and Dad and Granny are
Whoa.
Stop, I'm losing my concentration.
I can't wait till
Dad
Granny
and
gets to this
Granny
part.
are watching us on the screen. Just four faces. He sent you guys a Snapchat. Don't be
Yes.
rude.
Yeah, he did.
And I told him to take that shit down.
Hey,
No, I
Granny
thought it
loves
was
it.
funny. I was like, oh, look at, and my kids were like, Mom, you're on the TV. And then I said the word freaking, and Zane goes, that's a naughty word.
Maylee said you were on the TV? Wow.
No, did I say Melee?
Her vocabulary really grew.
I meant Zane.
I'm echoing.
You said my kids, plural.
Yeah.
Gotcha. My
Hey,
name's
Tiff, what
Brandy.
room are you in?
Actually, in my in-laws' basement, because we're having a whole ordeal with our insurance and rentals and stuff. So I am without a car.
Well, I hear you echoing somewhere. And I hear myself echoing.
I don't hear any echoes.
I'm coming across somebody else's feed, like I can hear it. It's weird.
Well, you're weird.
That is true.
I don't know, because I don't have anything else on. I don't even have headphones that would echo.
Because I can hear you and then I hear you again.
You're so sweet. You just really want to listen to my voice.
But I hear myself.
So here
I don't hear
You
any
do
echoes.
too? Or you think I'm going crazy?
only once, but I hear you.
Well,
It's a short trip.
Yeah. No. It'll
It's okay.
when we when I edit or whatever, it'll take that away.
Okay, I'll just get used to hearing everything twice.
Also, recording and seeing our faces is really hard because I forget that I'm on a screen sometimes, and I was just picking my tooth.
Like Casper's? Like digging in that day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks because you can Casper will say, "You look like you're not having any fun," and I'm like, "I'm zoned out. Like, I
No,
look like
Dad.
I'm pissed off." But
Dad asked that too. Dad was like, "What did you guys say to Kaitlin that pissed her off?" I was like, "I don't think we said anything." Oh, I can hear it now. I can hear myself repeating. That's weird.
Okay. So it's not just me. I'm not losing my mind.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, you're the only one that didn't have headphones on, so I thought,
Well, listen, I'm still not going to say you're not losing your mind.
so
Also,
I lost it
What?
after the second child.
Tiff, why don't you have a car?
as a 42-year-old lady who had never gotten into an accident or a speeding ticket decided to run a stop sign and hit me on a gravel road. Totaled out my van. And
Oh,
now
they
everyone
totaled it.
calls me Crash.
At least you didn't fly it through that cornfield.
It was 12 years ago. I've moved on from that.
you've grown so much. We're so proud of you.
Thank you. I was just telling Derek, too, about how it's been like 10 years since the last time I've been in a wreck.
Guess you were
So you
due.
don't talk about it.
I guess not. Number one rule of Fight Club. Well,
So you're still fighting with the insurance company?
no. I got paid out. It's fine. Now I got to go through gap insurance. But our bank said They were like, you'll get approved, most likely, for a new loan. But he's like, to be on the safe side, wait until your loan is completely paid off before you go and try to get another vehicle. And I was like, do you know what this life is like? It sucks.
Yeah, because they made you get back your rental car, right?
Yesterday, yeah. I had it extended 3 times. And then finally they were like, we can't do it anymore. So.
You didn't even have it that long, did you? Like a week?
9 days. I got the invoice for it. I didn't have to pay on it, obviously, but they sent me the invoice. 9 days was
That's even
only
with
like...
it extended? That's even with the extended 3 times?
Yeah, because they originally were only going to give it to me for 72 hours, and I laughed. Straight up laughed. I was like, no.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah. So then he was like, well, I can give it to you over the weekend, and then on Monday, you'll have to give it back. And I said, no, that's still not going to work. So yeah, it's fine. Anyways, what are you guys up to? What's new in your lives? Because I got a whole bunch of stuff going on over here that my mind is just like brain.
My life is boring, so.
We got a puppy.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to show him on screen right now because he's actually sleeping. And I'm not going to wake him up. Because if I wake him up, I'll have to chase him around the whole time we're recording.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, he's snuggled with Joey right now. It's really cute. I took like 1,000 pictures. But, yeah, his name is Snoopy. We love
Don't
him.
worry, Casper's got to do it here. For Lee.
If he gets up and starts walking around,
woke him up,
please
Casper.
don't show how dirty our house is.
You go back to sleep.
He hasn't fallen back to sleep yet, but he hasn't moved. So. Oh, now I got Foster out here too. I got all 3 of them now.
What you eating, Tiff?
Potatoes. Potatoes.
Actually, it looked like sausage and eggs.
Roast beef.
I thought it looked like meatloaf. Oh, roast beef.
Eric and I decided to go on Weight Watchers. Me for like the 10th time. It's fine. But he's actually doing it with me this time. So we came over to our in-laws and he goes, they're having roast beef. And I was like, ooh. So we can only have 3 ounces of that. So.
Is it Mom doing it with you too?
Yes. Doing fine.
Is that soda Weight Watchers approved?
It is, because it's 0 sugar, even though it's still not really good for you, but 0 sugar, it's 0 points, so.
You know what else is 0 points? My water.
Yeah.
I was like, water.
Yeah. Hey, she's what? I just say, okay, over to the side, I don't know if you guys can see, it shows where everybody is, like, it shows who everybody is. Do you see on the side? Oh, wait. Are you guys on a computer?
I'm on my phone.
No, I'm on my phone.
I'm on my computer, but I have my screen split with my notes, so I can't see it.
Okay, so on mine, I have, like, us 4 in a panel over here, and then over here I have my toolbar, and it says, like, well, me, and then it has a picture, like a profile picture with each one of us, and Brandy's profile picture is her doing this. So down here, it looks like she's picking her nose.
I was probably messing with my nose ring, and
it was because you were saying your nose is so big, because you guys are talking about noses.
Oh, it's from tonight.
Yeah.
I thought it was from a different...
No, and what's really funny is when I edit, the pictures that it has of everybody, like here, it saves those as the pictures of when I edit, and then when I send it off to YouTube, that is also. So, just to let you know on that one. I didn't notice it until now. I was like,
to make that picture our new podcast picture.
I'm all for it. Did you guys, did anybody see the YouTube video, this last one?
Yeah.
No.
Did you notice how I put our logo right in the middle of us?
Yes, I loved that.
Thanks. I Shut up, Brandy. It's the little winds, okay? All right. Are you guys ready to hear about Idaho?
Hey, she's doing all the editing. I'm not gonna bitch.
We did Idaho,
Let's
right?
hear about Idaho. Yes.
Okay, good.
No.
It's like,
Yes.
I
We
asked
did
the
Canada.
same thing.
We did Canada.
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 Actually, so I have like a wheel spinner to figure out what is our next state, and it came up with Puerto Rico, and I was this close to choosing it. And I was like, gosh, that would be cool because that's a U.S. territory or
Puerto
whatever.
Rico isn't in the United States.
Yes, do
It's
you
part of
know?
the United States.
Territory.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is
When
on
did
my
it
list
become
though.
part of the United States?
It's a territory. It's been a territory
Mhm.
for a long time.
See,
I didn't know that.
I was use it, but then I was like, no, let's get through the states, and then we can go if we want to proceed, we can go territories, and that would be kind of cool. I don't know. Anyways, Idaho, not Idaho, Idaho.
Yep.
About time you admit it.
Became a territory when President Abraham Lincoln signed the Territorial Act on March 4th. Idaho became the 43rd state of the United States on July 3rd, 1890, when President Benjamin Harrison signed the act. Next.
Idaho got a funny story how it got its name and what its name means.
It means Idaho.
So they thought it was a Native American term. And actually, this whole story starts with Colorado. Because Colorado was looking for a Native American name, too. But for some reason, some person suggested Idaho. I thought I had his name written down. I'm trying to look see if they had it. But they went with Colorado, which is actually Spanish. So when Idaho came around, they're like, well, this name is still out there. We can use that. So they decided to use Idaho. The problem is, Idaho is not a Native American term. It's actually a name that was just made up. So Idaho doesn't mean anything.
Interesting.
And then their state motto is Latin, Esto perpetua, let it be perpetual or it shall be perpetual.
Say it again.
I don't want to.
Missed it the first time.
Esto perpetua.
And what does it mean?
Let it be perpetual or it shall be perpetual.
What does that mean? Let it
Let
be
it
perpetual,
be
or it shall
perpetual.
be?
Or it shall be.
Or
Okay,
it
so
shall
it
be
is.
perpetual.
So it is.
Be prepared.
Be prepared, or it should be prepared.
No, be prepared. Yeah,
That's pretty much what it's saying, is be prepared.
yes. That's pretty much what it means. Just in fancier terms.
Perpetual. All right. The state capital of Idaho is Boise. The population as of 2022 was 1.939 million. That is for the U.S. Census Bureau. And the governor since 2019 is Brad Little. I got that off of Google. And can I just say,
He's little.
I told Casper this last night when I was like Googling and looking up everything. Idaho has a representative, a senator. His last name is Crapo. His name is like Mike Crapo.
Mike. Out of all the names, Mike. Mike Crapo.
I mean, at least it wasn't Dick Crapo.
Well. Huge Crapo.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I had.
Nicole, do you have anything?
Is it weird towns? Is that what I'm doing? Or what am I doing
these
right
are
now?
just fun facts of Idaho. Do you have any?
No.
Okay, I got some.
But then they're shaped like a chimney.
Oh, I guess I do have kind of a fun fact here.
Let's hear it.
They have the deepest gorge in North America. It's even deeper than the Grand Canyon.
That-
It is
Oh,
called.
I didn't know.
It's called.
Whoa. Oh, yeah. That's kind of cool.
And then they have a national monument named Craters of the Moon. It's in southern Idaho, and it's a strange lunar landscape created by 8 major volcanic flows that occurred back 15,000 to 20,000 years ago.
Wow. That's kind of cool.
And of course, they have the Idaho Spud Days.
Yes.
It's
I
all
would never
potato
guess that.
days.
That they're called the gem state because almost every type of gemstone has been found there. And there's only 2 places in the whole world that has star garnets, and Idaho is one of them, obviously. And then another thing that they found in Idaho is the only place where they have found a 6-point star garnet. I don't know what that is, but it sounded pretty cool.
Am I the one where everyone's cutting out on?
No, Tiffany keeps freezing on my end, and she's all pixelated.
Well, I'm on
Same
my
here.
phone's internet, my hotspot.
Our internet just sucks no matter what here in Utah, so
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know my in-laws. Hold on, let me text Eric and see if he can get me the
Because I could only hear like half of what you're saying.
fine. Nobody wants to hear me anyways.
We were listening to Tiff. Wait, is Tiff talking? Is Tiff here?
you can't do that. She's not the middle child.
See, I only see 3, and Tiff's one of them. You're the other, and me.
Want to hear a Boise fun fact? His nickname
Not really.
is called City of Trees.
Do they have any trees there?
Just one big one.
You want to know why though?
No trees.
French fur trappers called the area Le Boy Le Boy. I don't know what that means.
La Bola.
Le Boy, it's S or Les Boys, Les Boys. I don't know.
Lesbo. You're cutting out, so all you hear is like blah 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 blah.
Yep, blah 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 blah.
Do not tell me blah 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 blah.
Dad. Okay, take a time out then. I'll figure this out.
Have a baseball game going on, and this pitcher was just standing there for a really long time. I'm like, you might want to pitch soon because you're saying absolute still. Pitch clock's gonna run out. This froze.
Rose, you're pretty, baby.
I know. Where did you put the remote at? Over by your nightstand?
Yeah.
Oh wait, it moved. Oh. Blah 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 blah. The biggest reveal ever. We say that every week. Hi,
Is that better?
keep talking.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
You're not pixelated anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
it
look
looks better.
Okay. Do I
You look better.
Well, your screen looks better.
do I need to I don't need to repeat it myself, do I?
Can you tell us what the nickname of Boise is again?
Oh,
And
okay.
why?
So Boise's nickname name
Thank you.
is City of Trees.
We fixed the picture, but we didn't fix the voice.
Maybe I'm not I don't hear myself anymore. Brandy, do you hear anything?
No, so that might have been the issue.
Okay. City of Trees because French fur trappers called the area Le Boy Le Boy. SBOIS.
Blah
When they
blah blah blah.
came up the Boise River Valley. But I don't know what Le Boy stands for, so.
You didn't look it up?
No, I wasn't even going to say that fun fact. It was just on there. Gross.
The way that you looked personally offended. That's yeah.
Dare you. Okay, so we did Idaho potatoes. And
Oh, I got it. I got it. The blood means the woods. The woods.
That would make sense.
Mm.
City of trees. Got it. Casper. Applause. Gold star for you. Okay, so Idaho potatoes. Crab clap.
Tennis clap.
Said you guys could make any kind of potatoes. Brandy, did you make your potatoes?
No.
Oh.
Brandy is very short on food right now,
Oh.
and they're having shipping issues because of the hurricane.
Oh shit. I was like, Brandy,
Tiff,
this
did you
was...
have the perfect potato?
But I have ate potatoes twice today.
Oh, you. For what kind of potatoes did you have?
We had kind of a baked fried mini potatoes.
Gotcha.
I love those cute little
Yes,
potatoes.
the little potato company
The
ones.
new potatoes.
I love those. In-laws. So how they how they cook their potatoes? They peel them and then they just like cut the whole potato in fours, and then they just boil them like that, and then you put them on your plate and you mash them up if you want them mashed up, or you just eat them how they are. So I mean, boiled potatoes basically, but that's what I had. I only had one half. I'm so sad.
I love mashed potatoes.
I do too. I love potatoes.
So it's funny, today at work, I was sitting in the office and I could swear I was smelling. Thank you. I could swear I was smelling mashed potatoes, and I was like, does anybody else smell mashed potatoes? And my coworker was like, are you having a stroke? I was like, I mean, I thought that was burnt toast, but maybe it's mashed potatoes.
That's kind of scary. That's weird. I would smell mashed potatoes though.
I mean, I wasn't mad about it.
Yeah. Okay, so with Idaho potatoes, fun fact, there's an entire commission board dedicated to just Idaho potatoes. And if you want to find that, that's at Idaho.gov. And they have their own like logo and seal,
Using the
everything.
wrong hand.
Jalen must have dropped something or made a loud noise, and Moxie came in thinking it was thunder.
Oh my god. Of course she did.
Oh, he dropped his phone.
Oh, it made that loud of a...
No. Well, he's like 8 foot tall now.
True.
Gets more gravity.
But yeah, if you ever just want to do some deep diving into Idaho potatoes, check out their website, Idahopotatoes.com. Oh, Idaho potato. There's no ES on the end. Idahopotato.com.
Get it right.
Get it right, get it tight. Why Idaho, though? Why are Idaho potatoes so a big deal?
The soil
Yeah.
from the volcanoes.
My name is Brandy, and I know everything. My segment. Bitch.
You asked.
It was like a rhetorical question, like, I'm giving a speech, alright? You ain't gonna freaking interrupt somebody's speech, are ya?
If anybody was gonna do it, it would be Brandy.
Absolutely. Damn, now I'm way thrown off. Rude ass. Okay. Because of the seasons, Brandy. The warm days and the cool nights. Mountain-fed irrigation, and then the rich volcanic soil. It gives Idaho potatoes unique texture, taste, and dependability performance, whatever that means. Okay. They produce many varieties of potatoes, as in like 30 different varieties of potatoes. Russet, Yukon Golds, Reds, and Fingerlings are their most popular. Here's some random facts for you. Did you know Idaho potatoes are gluten-free?
Aren't most potatoes gluten-free?
Take out and suck on it, Brady. Shut up. God, kick her out. I want to fire her. She's done. Potatoes are naturally gluten-free and are an excellent source.
Oh, I didn't know it did that. I just did hurt.
Wow.
Heart is. How'd you do that? How are the kids doing hearts now?
Oh, yeah, like,
No, they do it. Hey, Moxie,
It's like
tell your sister to come here. Come do a heart for me. Come make a heart with your hands. How do you guys do the hearts now? Show us. Show us old people.
oh,
Oh yeah.
like this.
my fingers don't operate like
No. Is it which finger?
that.
I got stupid fingers.
Oh,
I think I got
that
it.
doesn't work. But that's my pointer.
I think I got it.
Hurts.
How do you do that? All this stuff with my old stuff.
Brandy, you keep doing that.
I don't know. I just can't make my heart.
I want to do it.
Do this with my pointers. Do your middle. Okay, do that.
I'll try to see if I can get the thumbs down.
I was just trying to get the poop.
You gotta make, Tiff? You gotta make?
I did. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Ta-ta.
Alright, we went completely off track.
Yeah, that was. For those of you that are listening and not watching, Brandy made a heart and then a whole bunch of hearts came on the screen. And I'm really jealous about it.
None of
But
None of the rest
watch.
of us
I
can
can
make
make
it
hearts
happen.
show up on my screen if I do it just right.
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Tiffy's jealous because she can't do it. I'm just better than her.
We're gonna need a board meeting. The 3 originals. I'm calling a
Put
board
the light
meeting.
back on and get out of here.
Just ignore her like we normally do.
Just set it on the floor.
So-
Bye.
Apparently, Idaho has a candy company, and they make an Idaho Spud Bar, which is a cocoa-flavored marshmallow center covered in dark chocolate and coconut flakes. And it's shaped like a potato.
Oh.
It sounds delicious, though. So, according to the Idaho State Department of Agriculture, every year Idaho produces 1/3 of the nation's potatoes. That's more than 11 billion pounds of potatoes on more than 300,000 acres of land. They also have a museum, and it's in Blackfoot, Idaho. And then these are the top favorited ways of making potatoes.
Favorited?
Favorited. Who is giving you permission to talk? How about we, like...
If Casper would have said that, you would have been all over him.
Oh, I wouldn't have. Casper has a speech impediment. He's fine.
I have a heart
That's my
condition.
husband. He has a heart condition.
Skin on mashed potatoes, which I do love those. Boiled potatoes. Duchess potatoes. Have you ever seen those? They look like a little
No.
flower, or like a,
Oh.
I don't know. You know how, is it meringue? How
Yeah.
like, it
Yeah.
kind of looks
You
like
said-
that.
You said Duchess?
Duchess, or like the top of a fancy deviled egg when somebody pipes in.
Oh, okay. I see
Yeah.
it. They look like flowers.
Yeah, I said that, didn't I?
That's too much
Yeah,
work.
you did.
Okay, fondant potatoes. Really fancy too when you look them up. And then croquettes. And those, it looked like they were breaded, almost. So, yeah, that's all about potatoes.
Really? French fries isn't up there?
No. You know why? Because French fries are kind of overrated.
Excuse the fuck out of you.
What about twice baked potatoes? Figured that would be on there.
Twice baked potatoes are good.
I think those are more of a Midwestern thing, though.
Probably.
The Midwesterns. Sorry, I'm bringing up. There's a way. Oh, Fludge. Am I having a stroke today?
Are you smelling mashed potatoes? Because maybe.
Maybe. I'm bringing up the website to talk about the whiskey. So we did Canadian whiskey, which I am assuming nobody is drinking today.
Casper.
Just got a shot.
Am I supposed to smell it first?
Yeah, smell it and tell us what you think. What's the aroma?
Whiskey?
That's what you said last time.
Maybe some oak?
You're not gonna like swish it around in your mouth and spit it
No,
out, are
don't
you?
do that. Don't do
Do you,
that.
do you want me to?
No,
No, please
please
don't.
No.
don't.
I don't know. My sense of smell is not very good, so
Okay.
ask me to smell it.
Okay. Well, this segment or this little thing is going to be kind of short. Because Canadian whiskey is not actually made in Idaho. It's just super popular there, and apparently Idahoans. The little
What was
squeaker.
that, Casper?
Little whiskey.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, the Idahoans. I don't really know how you pronounce or say their name. Whoa!
I caught it. We're good.
Roller coaster!
I'm not drunk. I
That's it.
promise.
He's like, Casper can never figure out his camera, can he?
Oh, true.
Well, I'm sitting on the bed, so I have no back support. I have problems figuring out where to put my camera and how to put it.
Your life is rough.
It is.
Okay, so Idahoans are apparently alcoholics, which that, but okay. Have a wide range of vineyards, breweries, hops, fields, and local products. Which I did see that there's like a Idaho vodka.
It's like you could probably use the potatoes to make liquor.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's what they literally use Idaho potatoes to make it. The most popular drink in Idaho is, can you guys guess?
Water.
Vodka?
No, it's along the lines of whiskey.
Canadian
Canadian
whiskey?
Like,
whiskey?
okay, sorry, let me back up my question. The most popular cocktail in Idaho is,
Whiskey sour?
yeah,
A
whiskey sour.
sidecar.
A what?
A sidecar.
What the hell is a sidecar?
It's a fancy drink.
A whiskey sour, which is not a fancy drink. I'm sure we've had whiskey sour on this before, haven't we?
No, we had it in Manhattan. I don't know if we've had a whiskey sour.
Oh. Well, you're so annoying. Well, their way of making it is whiskey, obviously. Canadian whiskey, in fact, because that's very requested there. Lemon juice.
Because they're by the Canadian border.
Probably. Lemon juice and a touch of simple syrup. So then I looked up. This made me laugh a little bit. It's on Yelp, okay? And it's the 8 best places to get a whiskey cocktail in the Treasure Valley, okay? Number 8, The Vault. And that's in Meridian, Idaho, okay? Yelp's best quote on there. Do you like to smoke cigars? Do you like great whiskey? Do you like flirting with women? Well, you get 2 out of the 3 here. I'll take it. That made me giggle.
What, too?
What did I say? The Water Bear Bar in Boise, Idaho, and that Yelp review wasn't really, but very enthusiastic. This bar is amazing. Gatsby, and it's a speakeasy, and that's in Boise, Idaho. James, also in Boise, Idaho. Sorry. The Gas Lantern Drinking Company in Boise. Monica took great care of us on our first sit here. The Al Capone was wonderful, and the smoking time was a whiskey sour with a wonderful smoking taste. This is a
Good
really...
job, Veronica. Sorry, I thought you were done. Keep going.
I'm moving on. The
He
Roosevelt...
loves
Okay, good
you.
job, Veronica.
If I see those hearts one more time, I'm going to punch the screen. Roosevelt in Meridian, Idaho. Press and Pony, which that one doesn't say where it's at. That's weird. Whiskey Bar in Boise. Always a good time.
Are there only 2 cities in Idaho? Boise,
Apparently.
Meridian?
Only 2 worth going to see.
Oh, I have a whole list of some I want to go
What
visit.
do you do? Alright, that's all, folks. I'm done with mine. Everybody's just interrupting me and predicting my notes, so it doesn't even matter anymore.
All
So
right.
sensitive.
Am I next?
Brandy.
Oh,
Okay.
Brandy?
Me?
Last
I thought
last
Kaitlin was
Caitlin
next.
went next.
Oh, I thought Brandy took my spot, and I always went second.
Listen, the timeline has changed every single time, so...
Okay, whoever wants to go
Caitlin
next
can go.
Rock, paper, scissors!
Hey, I'll go. So, starting with the government of Idaho, my source, of course, is Britannica. The source, of course, of course. So, the current constitution of Idaho is its original one from 1889.
It didn't
It
change.
established... It's been amended more than 100 times. Yeah, but it's still... The main
Sticking to
pieces
the
of it are
guns.
still from 1889. So it establishes the usual separation of the executive, legislative, and judicial powers, but it limits the amount of power that the governor gets. As I said, it's been amended more than 100 times. Women achieved the right to vote in 1896, which makes Idaho one of the first states in the country that allowed women to vote. So yay, Idaho! You got one thing right!
Boo.
Okay, the only man in this woman's podcast.
Piss off. Alright, starting with the executive branch, it is made up of the governor and 6 elected officials. And those officials are the lieutenant governor, attorney general, controller, secretary of state, superintendent of public instruction, and the treasurer. All of those officials are elected to unlimited 4-year terms, which term limits. Along
Blah,
with
blah, blah.
You're starting to sound like me.
I know, it's rubbing off on me. So along with the governor and those 6 officials, the executive branch also includes several departments, boards, commissions, and other agencies. Britannica didn't specify them, but of course we talked about the Potato Commission, so they would be included. Potato. They would be included in the executive branch as well.
Seriously?
Yep.
It's important.
God, they take their
It's not like-
potatoes way too important.
It's kind of like Nevada with the gaming commission.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I also take my potatoes very seriously, so I get it.
Tiff
I don't
does
even
too.
want to hear it.
All right, moving on to the legislative branch. The legislative branch.
There's something in the air.
For real.
Is Brandy even here?
She got her mic off. I don't know.
The police.
Just let it go. Who cares? Hit your pants.
I've already drank this entire thing of water just in this time we've been sitting here.
That's like a sip. Get it together.
It's 20.
That's barely anything.
We do that in 2 minutes.
Okay, the legislative
Sorry.
branch. It is made up of a bicameral legislature, which includes the Senate and the House of Representatives. Nothing too fancy. Both houses serve 2-year terms, though. So there's no... I feel like a lot of times the Senate will serve longer than the House, but in Idaho, they serve the same amount of time.
You're voting all the time.
All the time.
Yep. The judicial branch is made up of the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeals, 7 district courts and county magistrate courts. And in the state of Idaho, district courts may originate cases and also hear appeals. The state of Idaho is made up of more than 1,000 units of local government, which include counties, municipalities, school districts, and special purpose districts. And county commissioners are allowed legislative and executive functions and are actually very powerful. So if you want some power, Brandy, go be a county commissioner in Idaho.
Like, are you considering that one? Like, I don't really want to
No,
visit.
I work for small municipality government. I'm good.
Okay, now we'll go on to weird laws. My source for this one is buildidaho.com. There are only like 4 that are city specific, the rest are state specific. So, getting started right off the bat, the state forbids you from fishing off the back of a camel and a giraffe.
Like, when? Where? Why? How?
Did they just have those like free range around there?
Like, is that common back then? I just want to see these reports when they
I
come
want
up.
to know why they made.
Seriously, are camels and giraffes just roaming around and people are like, let's go fishing today?
Let's go sit on the
It's
back of them
perfect.
and fish.
It's perfect weather in Idaho for it. Why are you
To
staring
have
at me like
jam.
All 3 of us staring at you like you were an idiot.
that? I
Don't
know, I'm
camels like the desert?
That's what I was
Yeah.
literally thinking. I was like, don't
Giraffes
camels
are
eat?
pretty used to warmer climates as well.
Yes, I was being sarcastic. I was like, why all 3 of you stare at me like that?
To make you feel stupid.
You were waiting for the punchline.
It just never came.
He's used to that.
Well, I thought you guys were used to me being sarcastic.
I really want to know who in their right mind decided, let's make this law. Was there a camel that day and somebody was...
That's what I want to know. Like, who comes up with these reports and why? Like, I don't know. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, next one is specific to the city of Pocatello, which I will never be visiting. It is prohibited for pedestrians and motorists to display frowns, grimaces, scowls, threatening and glowering looks, gloomy and depressed facial appearances, generally all of which reflect unfavorably upon the city's reputation. In other words, the city of Pocatello is a man telling you to smile, and fuck all that noise. If I don't want to smile, I ain't smiling.
That's really
It's
what
for the greater good.
Pretty sure if I was driving down the road and I seen somebody,
I would think I was
would-
going to get murdered.
I would kill them.
I would be
For the
thinking
greater
about all the
good.
bugs.
The greater good.
They're driving their motorcycle.
Let me just eat all these bugs.
I bet the dentists in Pocatello are very busy picking out bugs from people's teeth.
Can you imagine, like, 21st century getting pulled over? You weren't smiling when you were riding on your motorcycle. Like,
The cop's like, you weren't smiling.
always have a smile.
Could you imagine them coming through here and all of us with our finger wave, our
Our
rude
grimaces
gesture?
and your finger waves.
All right. Next one is specific to the city of Tamarack. It says it's illegal to buy onions after dark without a permit. I don't
Onions?
know if, yeah, so it's onions. I don't know if that means you can't buy onions at the grocery store after dark, or if it's just like buying from a farm or something. I'm not really sure.
It's
but
because they're a potato state and they don't want you buying onions. Potatoes only.
They don't want
You know what?
using the onions to contaminate their potatoes after dark.
Exactly.
Actually, that is the perfect segue because the next law I have, it's statewide. It says selling an Idaho Deluxe potato with rot, blemishes, or sun damage can get you sent to jail for up to 6 months.
To jail for
Jail.
half a year
Yes.
I think
for
they
not
need
selling
to...
the perfect potato.
Why'd you do time?
Oh my god, it's my time.
I sold a potato.
See, I knew there was a reason to make a big deal about it, okay? Y'all can fuck off.
So it's specifically if it's an Idaho Deluxe potato, so I'm assuming that must be like something really important.
Yeah,
I guess,
Tiff, pretty
of, like,
sure
a
yours weren't deluxe.
You don't know that, and not only that, that just means I'm not the only one that cried over it, so...
They're crying because they're going to jail for
No,
half
it's
a
the
year.
people who made the law are crying over it because it wasn't the perfect potato. Let's get
So
ready.
yeah. All right.
Well, they actually have a law, a statute, of what an Idaho deluxe potato shall consist of potatoes of one variety or similar variety characteristics, the minimum size which shall be either 2 inches in diameter or 4 ounces in weight, except as hereinafter provided for, and not less than 40% of the potatoes in the lot shall be 6 ounces or larger.
See, that sounds exactly like the potato I had was.
Mm,
It's actually a state statute in the legislature of what a deluxe potato is.
They literally have a potato commission.
Yeah,
This is not surprising.
I
they
wonder how
have
many potatoes they check every year and how many people they put in jail for that.
they have a seal, like like a seal. Oh my god.
An SEA, so a C.
Just an SEA. That's a C.
No, I would like you know when you stamp things with the seal.
S,
Yes,
Yeah,
but you forgot the L at the end.
I did.
yeah.
An SEA, a seal.
I'm gonna go to bed. I think I'm sleep deprived. I want to go home.
Okay, next law. Hunting with a remote using the internet is illegal. I don't understand how that works.
Could be like with a drone type thing, maybe.
I guess.
Where's my remote? Pew, pew,
If you really want to
pew.
get thrown in jail, do that shit on the back of a camel or a
I got
giraffe.
2 of them. Go fishing with my camels.
Kind of on that same note, it is illegal to hunt from a helicopter regardless of whether or not it's in the air. So even if the helicopter's sitting on the ground, you can't hunt from it. Again, I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know why
so
that
that's
has to
like
be.
an actual thing, like flying in a helicopter and hunting.
Mhm.
Because one of my coworkers did that somewhere. I don't know where.
Oh,
You can
really?
hunt wild pigs that way in
Yes.
Texas and Arkansas.
I don't know where he went. But yeah, that's what he was hunting was pigs.
Well, I wonder if they're like up in the mountains shooting bighorn sheep from helicopters and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would make sense.
No, they're shooting
Maybe
those
they
camels.
and giraffes.
The camels and giraffes.
All the camels and giraffes.
They're shooting the people off the back of them who are fishing.
Solve one problem with another problem.
For the greater
Okay.
good.
The greater good. Next law, public displays of affection are limited to 18 minutes or less.
18. That's a long time.
I was thinking, is that all at one time or is that throughout the day?
That's all at one time.
Ooh.
That you could have.
Hold on, say that
like,
again.
11
I missed
times
it.
in that
Wait. Is holding hands part of the thing?
I don't know. It just says public displays of affection are limited to 18 minutes.
I
or
never like think holding hands is a PDA, but I guess some people probably do.
They did in school.
True.
I wouldn't know.
But for real, you could have like you could do a lot in 18 minutes. A lot. That's gross.
Yeah.
Let's not do
You could make a baby in 18 minutes.
That's what I said. I said you could do it 100 different times in 18 minutes.
I know, I could do it a lot faster than that. One made
Yeah,
100
babe, we
babies
know.
in that time.
We know.
Well, you know, I don't know.
Well,
I mean, what am I going to do with the other 17 minutes and 30 seconds?
Exactly.
all right. Next law: you cannot sell chickens after sundown without permission from the sheriff.
What is up with this whole sundown or like at night?
Wait, you said midnight, right?
Sundown.
No, sundown.
A sundown? Okay.
Chickens?
They're worried that the onion and chicken gangs are going to come out or something.
There must be a problem.
It's the goblins, the chicken goblins, and the onion goblins.
All right. Next law: it's illegal to live in a dog kennel or doghouse unless you are a dog.
Damn it, my dreams just left me.
I mean, maybe that's all you can afford in Idaho at this point. I don't know
Yeah,
what
but
their real estate market looks
Oh
like.
my gosh, I just got your guys' text messages that say, we're getting ready. We're ready. Okay.
Brandy,
I
we're
just got your
ready.
messages. Only an hour after you guys sent them.
Only an hour.
Only.
Next law is Idaho Falls specific, and it says it's illegal to ride a motorcycle if you are over the age of 88.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that one actually.
I hope they're driving
Well,
their scooters instead.
well, but it just says ride. It doesn't necessarily like
They
like what
drive.
if you're right? Yeah, what if you're riding on the back?
Riding
bitch.
bitch. Oh, thanks.
Jinx, you owe me some water.
Are they frozen or is she just she's really still?
She's just really still.
The fan is moving, Tiffany.
Oh yeah.
I was frozen.
All right, on that note, moving on. I bet this next law really put a cramp in state and county fairs because it's illegal to ride a merry-go-round on a Sunday.
How sad.
So Pacific.
So get your merry-go-riding in on Saturday. All right, 2 laws left. Next one says cannibalism is illegal unless
Nope.
it is necessary to survive.
No unlesses.
That's what I'm saying.
What if you're stuck in the mountain for like ever because your
Eat
plane
grass.
went down while you were shooting your animal?
In the mountain.
Eat volcanic ash. It's fine.
I was hunting on my helicopter and it went down in the mountains and now I gotta survive.
Volcanic ash has a lot of minerals in it. It's fine.
It's fine. We grow food from it. Drooling.
Last
Are you
law.
flossing?
Huh?
It looks like you're flossing your teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was putting a retainer in or something, yeah.
No, I'm messing with my canines. Go ahead, Kaitlin.
My canines are on the couch. Okay, last law specific to the city of Eagle, and it says sweeping dirt from one's house into the street is illegal. What I would like to know is how you managed to get the dirt all the way from inside the house all the way out to
into the street.
Unless you put it in the dustpan and literally...
I put it in the dustpan and carry it out to the curb, put it down, and then sweep it.
I don't know.
I got a lot of questions, but...
I have a lot of questions, but I want basically none of them answered.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Hey guys, guess what I found? Hold on.
Is it a perfect potato? Giraffe!
Hey, look. There's a giraffe.
But,
Choo, choo.
Like with Moxie, tell yourself there's a giraffe, turn around, put an ice cube down your own shirt.
tell yourself there's a giraffe behind you.
Do you guys remember that?
Isn't Wahoo? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I talk about that every once in a while.
That was the best.
How old was she?
Ugh.
I don't know.
It's been a while.
It has. Oh, what what were we doing that weekend?
Was it the cornhole tournament?
Okay, that's what I was
Oh,
gonna say.
yeah, she wasn't very old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She might have been like
to try.
3.
She was old enough to try to trick us.
I think she's a little bit older than that.
She
Well-
was old. She was old enough to be too lazy to put the ice cube down.
Well,
near her.
I got divorced when she was 5.
It's already been that long.
Uh-huh. Yes, it's been 5 years.
She's
Praise
10?
Jesus.
Wait a minute.
She'll be 11 in like a month.
I feel like it's been longer than that because Derek and I married 6 years ago.
Yeah, in February it'll be 5 years.
Officially.
But September is when he texted me and said he wanted a divorce, so.
That was in September?
Because it was before your guys' wedding.
Like right before.
Yeah.
The wedding that he was so mad he wasn't in the party for.
He was.
Yeah, he was mad at us because Derek didn't put him in the wedding party. Like, why would we?
Well, I'm really glad he didn't because
Same. We would.
Dad probably would have killed him.
No, we would have.
Well, and not only that, but he told you you wanted a divorce right before. Like,
I told
Derek
Derek.
didn't even want me in the wedding party.
He didn't.
No, he doesn't like me.
I wanted you in the wedding party.
What are you doing to that poor giraffe?
Flashing you.
Thank God you did on that side and not the other side.
Ow.
All right, what's next?
so I had a really hard time. I couldn't find really any funny news stories, and I kind of went back and forth on what I was gonna do. So I finally, as we were talking, decided to briefly touch on the 6 national parks in Idaho. I won't go super in depth because I know Brandy does attractions and such. So
I do
don't wanna
what?
overload.
Well, I don't really have any, so.
I do what?
I didn't really do my
Are you
homework.
even here?
What
Well,
am
I
doing
couldn't
again?
really find like mini
Wait a minute. Am I
attraction.
a part of this podcast?
So-
I was just a guest for every single episode.
Wait
I
a
have
minute,
like
is
a
Brandy
whole
here?
page of funny town names, though.
Okay, well, I will not feel bad about talking about the national parks real quick then. So, my source for this is Wikipedia, because I was just looking stuff up really fast. I wonder, Tiff, if that heart with the giraffe leg.
That's literally what I was trying.
I wonder why it doesn't work for you guys.
Well, I was gonna say maybe it's because you're on an iPhone.
Maybe.
That could be, because I'm on my laptop. So.
I just hope it shows up on everybody's screens, though, because...
Yes.
No, I meant, like, when you're recording, like, when you're done.
Oh, it's really annoying.
All right.
Is this what it's
Now that we're giving
Yes,
a
it
giraffe
looks like that,
whiplash, so Idaho National Parks, like I said, did you fall? Okay. Okay. My source is Wikipedia, because like I said, I pulled this up as we were talking. So there are 6 national parks in Idaho. We're going to start with the City of Rocks National Reserve. It was designated as a national reserve in 1988. The site is known as the Silent City of Rocks. It's located on the southern edge of Idaho and it's near the Utah border. And the park itself covers almost 14,000 acres, so relatively big. Next national park is the Craters of the Moon National Monument and Preserve. It is located in central Idaho along the Snake River Plain, and it is a really big park. It covers over 410,000 acres.
Whoa.
So it's big. It's big.
I got a question before you go any further.
Why?
So is most of Idaho just national parks?
I guess.
That and potato farming. There's no houses there.
Manic Ash.
That's why there's only 2 cities.
They all
Boise and
walk
Meridian.
around on the back of their giraffes and camels all day.
With a smile on their face.
And a remote control something for hunting. Okay, to round out Craters of the Moon National Monument, it was named a national monument in 1924. Next is Hagerman Fossil Beds National Monument. It is located in south central Idaho along the west bank of the Snake River. I feel like a lot of these are around the Snake River. So what it is it's a large collection of Hagerman horse fossils. It was declared a National Natural Landmark by President Gerald Ford in 1975. I've been to the Gerald Ford birthplace. Only like 2 people will get that. But Gerald Ford was born in Omaha, and Christine and I went to the Gerald Ford birthplace at midnight like 2 days in a row because we were bored. Yeah. Yeah, so it was declared a national natural landmark in 1975, and the visitor center and the museum for the national monument is in Hagerman, Idaho. Next is the Minidoka National Historic Site. It is located in central Idaho, and the historic site remembers the over 9,000 Japanese Americans that were unjustly imprisoned at the Minidoka internment camp during World War II. So it's kind of like a remembrance type site. The campsite was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1979, and the site itself measures around 210 acres. Next is the Nez Perce National Historic Park. It was established in 1965. It consists of 38 individual locations that are spread across Idaho, Washington, Oregon, and Montana. So it's not just in Idaho, but what it does is it preserves some of the lands that were originally home to the Nez Perce tribe. So that's kind of their little monument, I guess. And finally, one that I'm sure most people are familiar with is Yellowstone National Park.
What's that?
Never heard of it.
Yellowstone was established in 1872. It was the first national park established in the U.S., and it is regarded by some as the world's first national park. It covers just under 3,500 square miles, and the greater Yellowstone ecosystem is one of the last remaining large, nearly intact ecosystems in the northern temperate zone of Earth.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Yellowstone, I didn't go like super in depth into Yellowstone because I could have talked for quite a while on it, but it also mentioned that it has the largest bison herd, and it's one of the only herds that has not been subject to inbreeding with cattle. So it's, I guess, maybe you could consider it like a purebred bison, kind of like a purebred dog. So yeah, those are the 6 national parks in Idaho. I would love to visit literally all of them. Yellowstone is on my bucket list for sure, but
I want to go to Yellowstone.
I need to. All right, the Brandy.
Ooh, do I get to do my funny town names?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, the very first one is Good Grief, Idaho.
Good
Good
grief.
grief.
Good grief.
Good grief. I'm not. Oh, wait. Hold on. Grief, Idaho. Yay.
And then you have North Pole, Idaho.
Nope, that one doesn't.
And 87 miles away is Santa,
Oh.
Idaho.
Oh.
Santa,
Then you have
Idaho.
Slick Poo.
Slick poo?
Slick Poo.
Oh.
Slick Poo.
Flick?
Slick.
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 Like ice. Slick.
Slick.
Lick?
You know when
Put
poo
an
becomes
S in
frozen,
front of
becomes
that.
slick?
Slick poo.
Then
Gotcha.
you have Cooterville.
Ew.
They're obsessed with poo.
Dick Shooter. Best corner. But it's not any close to any corners whatsoever.
So it's not like
Well, that's the best one.
Was that your
The other-
own joke? That's not funny.
Actual corners are worse.
I bet when you go to best corner you get the perfect potato.
You have beer bottle, Idaho.
This is me flipping you off.
This is
You have
me flipping
China
you off.
hat.
China hat.
China hat.
China hat. Hand place.
Hand
Hand
place.
Hand place.
Where do you
Okay.
place that hand?
Dingle.
Oh.
Barry.
Wolverine.
Ah.
Okay.
That's not where he
Squirrel.
resides. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Let's take that
Headquarters.
as squirrel. Idaho.
You have headquarters, Idaho.
Is that where
Then
the
you have
headquarters are?
Princeton, Idaho. And 5 miles away, you have Harvard.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
And
Makes
then this
sense.
one's not a town, but you have Appendicitis Hill.
You better remove it quick. It might have burst.
Oh my
She's
god.
gonna blow.
I just like Cooterville, Dick Shooter, Dingle, Hand plate, Slick Poo.
Slick poo.
That's
I'm-
all I have. Those were really funny. I enjoyed them.
Good job. Good segment.
I was
Brandy.
laughing when I laid them down. When I laid them down.
You laid them
When
down.
I laid him down.
Here they are.
When I laid him down at Appendicitis Hill.
Near Slick Poo.
With my dick shooter.
Close to the best corner.
Up in
I live
North
in
Pole.
Beer Bottle, Idaho.
Duck?
Me?
Who?
Because you live in Beer Bottle, Idaho?
Yeah, I'm stuck in Beer Bottle.
She's stuck in the bottleneck.
Do you have anything for us today?
Oh yeah. Well, Derek asked the question.
Derek
How do you
did?
raise your children? Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
God,
And
how to raise his children?
how to raise children. And my suggestion is you beat them like Michael Jackson's dad. Because would you rather have them have a normal life or become the king of pop? I mean, no,
The king
don't
of
be
pop who
don't
molested children.
alleged.
Why would Derek ask you how to raise his children?
I have so many questions right now. Like,
You
first
did it on
off,
Facebook.
no, never mind. I'm not touching it.
I'm joking. Don't beat your kids. I know nothing about raising kids. I don't have any. I ain't gonna give any suggestions on how to raise kids.
No, but he's been an uncle forever. And he's a great uncle, and he loves kids in a non-petty way.
Little kid lover.
Yeah, I don't think that sounded good.
I said a non-pedo way.
I was like, that
No.
sounded kind of like a
I thought you
P. Diddy
said
thing
petty.
going on there.
I thought you said
Yeah,
non-petty
I
way.
did
I'm
say
like,
petty, but I meant pedo.
no. Who was it? Sydney. I don't know what her last name is. It's
Yeah.
Sydney, right?
Yep.
She asked about the FDA. That is a loaded question. So we are actually going to make a special episode next week
Woo!
where we talk about the FDA.
Next
Well,
week?
Yeah, by
God,
Monday.
your expectations are high, buddy.
I still got a book and a half to read to try to get this done.
Oh, you're actually
Um,
reading stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ordered
It's-
a couple books off of Amazon.
Brandy, it's his one thing that he's got. Let him have it.
Yes, let me have it. Hi, Moxie.
Uncle
Hi,
Casper said hi.
Maximu.
They all say hi.
I'll give you a little bit of the
The
rundown
string is too
and
short. I
a
can't.
little bit of homework now
Homework.
of the
Don't give me
Yes.
homework.
if you want to follow along. Basically, next time it's just going to be me talking, you guys asking questions. So you guys really don't have any homework or stuff like that. I'm just giving you the material I'm going through that if you want to follow along, you can.
So this really is going to be like class, and I might fall asleep.
Yes. So everyone knows the FDA is the Food and Drug Administration, right?
It is?
No. I lied.
Joke's on
Fucking
you.
dicks and asses.
The current commissioner of the FDA is Dr. Robert Aliff. He kind of worked his way up through the FDA and since 2016 became head of it. He was kind of head of the Life Sciences and Google Health
How did he work his way up?
2019 in the FDA.
Yeah, sucking dick and selling blow. Sorry.
Where did that come from?
I'm thinking that too.
Whoa, that came out of nowhere.
Well,
Sorry.
you didn't hear what I said the FDA stood for?
What's that?
I said fucking dicks and asses.
Well,
See, mine tracks.
I think you two need to get laid.
Get laid? No, I'm good. That seems like too much work.
this might be an interesting one. Come actual full episode might be interesting here.
Well, you gotta make class interesting sometimes.
All right,
This is my
so
mistake using PowerPoint. PowerPoint is boring.
FDA is supposed to take care of approved drugs and food, make sure they're safe for the American people.
Them people.
It grew from a single chemist from the U.S. Department of Agriculture in 1862 to now approximately 15,000 employees with a budget of 4.4 billion in 2014.
Brandy, mute yourself.
Um, it it started because of a lot of snake oil salesmen. Do you know what those are?
No.
So, do you remember in westerns where they say they have the cure for everything? Like that would be on a cover wagon. It says, "You're sick. I can heal you right now." Like healers there. That's a snake oil salesman.
Gotcha.
Basically, what they would do is whatever they had in there with them or wherever they could buy, they threw it together and said it'd heal you, no matter what was in there. So a lot of times, be rat poison and arsenic and what now becomes antifreeze was all on. So you had pretty much a 50-50 shot you're going to die or live.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why the drug, at least the drug part, came apart. Try to control that, make sure the drugs are safe and all that. The food came a little bit later. I don't have notes on me on there from a book, The Jungle. I can't remember who wrote it. Oh, damn it, that's going to drive me crazy. Upton Sinclair. By Upton Sinclair. He actually spent a couple years working in a food facility, like a meat packing place, and he saw horrendous things. One, they had
I'm
child
sure.
labor. Another one, there people lose limbs and they just keep packing the food and stuff like that. And then they would also pack expired food and sell it to American people. So since that book, legislation passed to try to make food safe. Right now, I'm not going to go too much longer.
Yeah, you don't want to take everything away from your
I know
episode.
there's a lot. The FDA, it's a big topic. It because
They're
believe me, I
corrupt.
believe yes and no. 90% of the employees of the FDA, CDC, DEA, Big Pharma, Big Food
Bless you.
are actually good people, just everyday people. Most of them probably living paycheck to paycheck, just trying to make a living and trying to see what they're trying to improve everyone's lives. And most of the stuff they approve is actually good. I mean, I'm on a lot of different medications. I know Caitlin's on some medications. Well,
I'm
you
clean
two
as a
probably are
whistle.
too.
Hmm.
Most of the medications and some of the food we eat are actually good for you. But there is a thing where, depending on who you ask, the FDA just had to come out and say it again. Part of their funding is through Big Food and Big Pharma. In fact, a big portion of their funding. FDA says it's 47%. I've heard anywhere as high as 85%. I'm going to guess it's probably closer in the middle to about 60%. The funding is through Big Pharma and Big Food.
Big Pharma sucks.
The reason that was because in the 60s, I believe, pharmaceutical companies were getting frustrated with the FDA because on average it'd take about 10 years for the drug to actually be approved by the FDA. So farmers like, if we provide some of your funding, can we help speed along the process? It helped get some drugs on the market good on the market quicker, but it does lead to corruption, which I will talk about some next time. It's not all bad. A lot of the FDA, like I said, a lot of the FDA is actually good. It's just there's always bad actors in everything.
No matter what you have,
Especially
you're gonna have bad apples.
especially when money's involved.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to follow along, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Follow along.
The books I'm reading are Drugs and the FDA, Safety, Efficiency, and the Public's Trust by Michael A. Skastiers. He is actually a doctor that works with the FDA, consults with the FDA on cancer medications. And he talks about a case and how the FDA came about and stuff like that.
Why don't you hold up the book so show the cover?
Fixing Food, and FDA Insiders Unravel Some Myth and Solutions by Dr. Richard A. Williams. I have not read this one yet, so I read part of it yet, so I can't tell you exactly what it's about. Be aside. I got a documentary and that podcast. Did Sydney send that podcast or?
I think so.
Okay.
I think she sent everything on it.
Okay. So the podcast or the not podcast. The documentary is The Crime of the Century on Max. It's about the opiate addiction problem.
Casper and I watched it. It was really interesting.
That one's more interesting because of what the FDA, or I guess how little you hear about the FDA, and the parts you do hear about the FDA is not good. And then the podcast that Sydney sent, and I'm going to be completely honest, I am not a Tucker Carlson fan. He tends to embellish the news a little bit and make up stories. He admitted to it while he was on Fox News for ratings. They do embellish some of the facts on this podcast. It is with Kaylee and Casey Means. Kaylee was a training to be a surgeon, and at age 29, she was top of her class at Stanford and all that. At age 29, she kept seeing the same people over and over again. She's the ear, throat, nose specialist, and she just got tired of it because no one answering why are we seeing the same people over and over again. And Casey Means, he was a lobbyist for Big Pharma. He started questioning some of their practices. It's really good. I'm not a Tucker Carlson fan. They do get some of their facts wrong.
So listen with caution.
Yes.
Listen with fact check.
Whenever you do research, always don't get your sources from one thing. Get it from multiple things. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to try to present the good and the bad of the FDA, and hopefully everyone learns something from it.
I like it. I'm ready for it. Also, we have another surprise with our next episode, our special episode. We're having a guest star.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a surprise. Not Giraffe.
You don't want to tell everyone?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to just let everybody see when they come on.
Okay. We'll just hide in the bushes then.
Put a sign in the bushes?
I said we'll hide in the bush.
Let's go put those signs in the bushes while I'm hiding there.
You can hide in my bush, right?
Yikes. All right. Well, Casper, I'm super excited to hear about all of it, and I'm glad you're doing both sides of it. I'm actually really interested because I feel like I'm very much out of the loop on all of it. So I kind of just live in my little cocoon of everything is fine and dandy in the world.
Yeah, it's people like me that try to wake everyone up.
Yeah. But our next state is South Carolina. I'll have a choice, except for you, Brandy, because, skinny bitches and all. Would you rather do shrimp and grits or a seafood boil? I'll let you decide. You can do whatever.
Right now, or
I'd probably go with a seafood boil because I'm not huge on grits.
I'm not either, really. But
I never had grits.
You what?
I never had grits.
I don't know. It's
You gotta
interesting.
make them right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's my
assume
problem
so.
with them.
But I was kind of surprised to hear that was like the food, but then I was like, oh, it's Southern, I guess. Kind of makes sense.
So what's the drink?
Drink, actually, okay, so their drink, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it. It's called Nehi, I think. It's Nehi. But we can't
Knee-high.
get it. What?
Knee-high.
Nehi? But I
Hmm?
don't think we can get it. Well, Nebraskans, I don't know about you Missourians, but I don't think we can get it here. So I did sweet tea. But I am going to talk about knee high because sweet tea is simple.
And we did have a topic from Dad this time. He wants us to
Yeah,
debate something.
he wants us to debate whether or not we went to the moon.
The moon, I forgot. Is that
So
going to
does,
be the
like,
regular episode?
yeah. Do all of us believe the moon landing was real?
I do.
I do.
Brandy doesn't?
No, because her husband's a conspiracy theorist.
A conspiracy.
I'll debate you, Brandy, then.
I think we should get Gabe on here to debate it with you.
I'm another
That's
guest
up to
star
you.
for a
But
regular episode.
he'd actually have to be home in a decent time.
That's a good point.
Well, here,
He's still not even home.
You have him write down everything that why the moon landing's not real, and
Yeah, I
then
want
I'll
to hear
debate
his
you.
side of it.
Okay.
And then Tiff and Kaitlin will be the judges.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll come with my unbiased opinion.
I'm right. I'll slip you $5 later.
Okay. $5. That'll
can't afford
persuade
much.
me.
Yeah, not a very big budget over here.
All right, friends. Anything else?
Knee high
No,
and
but I can talk
seafood.
about our socials.
Go for it.
All right, if you would like to follow us on socials, you can find us on Facebook at Because I Fell Asleep in Class. You can find us on Instagram at Because I Fell Asleep in Class, right? Or is it Fell Asleep Pod? I do this every time. Why do I do this every time?
It's that one. If you just type it in, you'll probably find it.
Why do I always do this? It is Fell Asleep Pod on Instagram. One of these days I'll get it right. Instagram is Fell Asleep Pod. Casper Lee.
Tiffany, you look really old.
I am old.
You can find us on Spotify. You can also find us on YouTube. You can search our page Because I Fell Asleep in Class. And I will say, when you search us, you have to actually specify like pages or like accounts or whatever, because if you don't, it brings up a lot of random stuff. So
Yeah,
um
people.
and then if you would like to send us an email, either just to say hello or to give Casper ideas on future episode topics, you can send us an email at becauseifellасleepinclass@gmail.com.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yay!
For coming. I hope you didn't
Love
fall
y'all.
asleep.
Hope you don't fall asleep.
Bye, motherfucker.
Bye.
Bye!